Hey everyone. Here comes my dog. Here she comes. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another investigation. I apologize if I sound a bit weird. I am sick. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm just a little bit bunged up and I have a sore throat. So I'm sorry if I'm sounding weird. I'm sorry about my dog, she's a bit zoomy at the moment. This is an investigation video, I've just not got the goggles on because I can't, not today. We do have some lists. Welcome back to an investigation video. Today's subject is the one, the only, the terrible, the homophobic Jake Munro. Did I welcome you back to my channel? Welcome back to my channel. I'm sick, and I'm sick and tired of this guy, Jake Munro. I know of who he is. I've only watched a couple of his videos, like back in the day before everything, when he was not what he is now. When he was okay, when nothing came to light. But doing the research now, it's like I don't recognize him, it's like a different person. So we can dive into it head first and just discover what's gone wrong with this poser. Jake Munro is what he would call himself as an alt-right nationalist goth YouTuber. Already, giant red flag. Fill up the screen with the red flag. Stinky red flag. There's skid marks on the red flag. Like, you cannot have like right-wing and goth in the same thing. It's so contradictory. Goths are not right-wing. Being a goth is like going against right-wing. Like, being a goth is like being a punk. You can't be a punk and be right-wing. You know what I mean? Anyway, he was born May 11th, 1991, making him, oh, yeah, sadly he's British. Born in England, known for being a goth. And I use that loosely because he is known as a poser. He is known for taking the goth aesthetic and using it to gain subscribers because he's not actually a goth, which has pissed off a lot of people in the goth community. I joke about myself being a poser because I do enjoy a little bit of colour, but I like to consider myself a goth. Like, I delve in the subculture. I do listen to some gothic music. I love metal music, I love rock music, I do listen to a bit of pop, I will admit, I love K-pop, but I do listen to some classical music on the side as well. I like diversity, okay? I'm not gonna like sit here and hate on any genre. If you make money off your music, it's good music. If you don't, I hope you do. Like, all music is good music, it's just not found the right audience. You can see in my art in the background, it's like heavily goth influenced as well. I just joke that I'm a poser because it's funny. I like wearing the colour pink. A pink goth, I guess. I forgot where I was going with this. I've got sick brain, so this is going to be interesting. Yeah, unfortunately for me, he is British. He is 35, so you know. Yay, he's a similar age to the other people I've made videos about. And those other people are all groomers. So, you know, this could take a turn at any point. This could take a similar turn to everyone else. Like, he was a YouTuber. And I think he's been a YouTuber for a while. That's where he built most of his following as, you know, who he was. I used to watch him for like a few days. And then all of a sudden he took a turn where now his YouTube channel is taken over by his show, where he will live stream events that have happened. His most recent thing that he streamed was the horrific attack at a Berlin Pride, which was, I'm not gonna like make guesses, I'm just gonna say for a fact this was a homophobic attack. It was an attack at a Pride festival. Someone drove their car at Berlin into the Pride event. Like, I think somebody sadly got killed. Many got injured. It's awful. It's so sad that it happened. It was definitely a hate attack. And he is, you know, profiting off it. He's not speaking about it in a good way, he's speaking about it in like a haha way. We will find out later in the video that he is very much a Trump ass licker. If he could suck Trump off, he would. Before we delve too far into it, I just want to show you a couple screenshots from the people he follows on Instagram. Starting with a favourite of mine. In this screenshot, you can see he follows Falling in Reverse. And now, if you're new to my channel, you should know that I hate Falling in Reverse. I don't hate the band, I hate Ronnie. I don't hate specific people. I preserve all of my hate for anyone and everyone in the world and put it all onto Ronnie Radke. And that is because Ronnie Radke beat his wife, he's a misogynist, he's transphobic, he's racist, he's homophobic. He is just all the bad in the world. He is an evil, evil, evil person, and I do not like him. So all the hate I have towards people who've wronged me, or hurt me, or bullied me, it all just goes on to Ronnie. He's my one person that I hate, so I have freedom to live my life. If you hate one person, you don't need to hate everyone. And then going through the screenshots, there's stuff like America's Got No Talent, Alex Terrible, a known Nazi who has the rising sun tattooed on I can't remember which arm, but he has the rising sun tattooed on. He has not had it removed. He had it poorly tattooed over to the point you can still see it. He could have gotten it redone, like he could have gotten it lasered off. He is a big musician. He has the money, and I know it takes time, but he could have had a better ink job than lazily doing it to the point you can still see it. And people have tried to defend him, saying it takes time. Yeah, it's been time. Where's the next cover-up coming from? It's been time, sis. Come on, cover it up. Why have you still got your symbol on your elbow? Why did you get it in the first place, anyway? He follows Charlie Kirk. If you can't tell by the jokes I make in my video, the look of me, for one, I am just a free-spirited person. I support the LGBTQ community. I support women. I do support every single person, okay? But if you are phobic or hateful in any way, get out of here, okay? I don't support hate. I'm like a hippie, okay? I love love, I love peace. And if you come here spewing hate, get out of here. We're all about love and freedom here, okay? I think war is a waste of time and money. Think about all of the money that's coming from war. Think about all of that money that could go into the poor. This video is getting a little bit too political already. Let's get back to it. Matt Walsh, for some reason, Honda Motorcycles, Rupert Lowe, JD Vance, and he follows Donald Trump. Mate, Jake Munro, you're British. Why are you following a rapist, okay? Why are you following a nonce? Why are you following a convicted felon who's got over 30 counts against him when you're British? He's not even your president. Oh yeah, and he follows Ronnie Radke. Of course he does. Of course he follows Ronnie Radke. It feels very pick-me, because he's using the goth aesthetic, but spewing out everything that's so anti-goth and against goths. It's so pick-me. It's not what goths stand for. It's 100% pick-me energy. Anyway, I'm gonna save his Twitter for last because it really did enrage me. And I don't like getting angry because I don't want to get wrinkles. I like being calm. But I'm gonna save his Twitter for last because you need a second and you need some wine. I'm going to go through some Reddit stuff so you can see what other people have gathered from this person. Thoughts about Jake Munro YouTube. There's this YouTuber musician, use that term loosely, I stumbled across completely randomly today because he's a goth reacting to alt/goth stuff. Yeah, he's reacts content a lot. Like, I know I react to stuff as well, but like, come on. My problem with his content is mainly about how he talks about women. We'll get into that. Since his videos almost always focus on young women doing TikToks and judging them, sometimes personally claiming that they are clearly stupid or that they are posers without any critical analysis of the video he's seeing. Very funny, a poser calling other people posers. Of course, since it's just a random video with music, sometimes he does critical think and says something a basic person can interact with in a peaceful way, such as judging people is bad. That's caveman think. The internet is ruling the world kind of stuff. But I feel like he's a bit of he is 100% misogynistic, and we'll get into it. It also upsets me the way he actively chooses to make content on young women on a silly app that proceeds to run about the fact that females, he uses that word, are privileged on social media and that there is no actual content. Says the guy who reacts to other stuff for a living. I don't know, thoughts? Also, isn't being goth also being kind to people? I can't stand the narrative he portrays. I don't give an F of the critics because if you're doing good, people will always say bad things about you. Lol, I think it's a good excuse for being rude to random people on the internet. Okay, sorry. I might fade in and out a bit. I can feel myself having a seizure in a sec. Yo, that'd be so much money, right? I could profit off that. I'll read the comments in a sec, and I'm just gonna break down a few things whilst I regain vision. The whole goth movement is to be anti-fascist. It was the same with punk. It was made to be anti-government, and the government are all just fascists anyway. Government wants control, and the goths are like, nah, get out of here, we want freedom. And being goth is a safe space for a lot of people, and you'll notice a lot of goth people are experimenting with like gender, sexuality, religion, all sorts of stuff like that. They're experimenting with these things because it's a safe space to do so. It's always been a safe space, and adding in these negative opinions and these awful ideologies is tarnishing that safe place. It makes it a toxic experience for people, and it's kind of making a conflict. It's making it more about the fashion and the aesthetic rather than the subculture and the people and the community. Being a goth is more than just what you wear. It's who you are. I am going to get into the comments now that I can see again. He was absolutely horrible to his ex-girlfriend Kaya, and her art is Toxic Tears. She released a 3-hour video talking about the relationship and his abuse. He filmed a response, and it honestly made me like him less than before. So, kind of like the social repose situation. Sorry about that. To clear some space, because I ran out of storage. Yeah, it's kind of like social repose. I think that's what I was saying. I was talking about social repose, and it's kind of like the social repose situation, where they abuse an ex, unfortunately for the ex, and make an apology video, and the apology video is so much worse than the situation. Well, obviously the situation's bad, but they're just like, oh, me, poor me. And he's like, bro, shut up. You're not the victim. He tried to make it sound like Katya was famous because of him or something like that. Kaya, not Katya. When Kaya always had the bigger following. To be honest, even when they were together, he appeared in her videos. I didn't like his vibe. The same went with their gaming channel. He seemed like a massive a-hole. Also, he's not goth. I'm certain he said before that he dislikes goth music and openly mocks goths on his YouTube channel. Yeah, I remember him having a series where he mocks goths. I vaguely remember that. His best goth on YouTube Insta bio is laughable because he's 100% a poser. And then under that, I wouldn't even know who he was if it weren't for Kaya. He's bold AF for trying to convince people, and failing, that she has her platform because of him. True, and Kaya has an internet presence forever. I remember watching her when she met Jake. That's funny that he thinks her popularity is because of him. Don't tell him that, he might hit you. He does sound like an absolute baby. He's an insecure, weak little man. He abused and cheated on his ex. He constantly puts women down on their appearance and life choices, and usually these women are half his age. Because he's pushing 40, and despite obviously hating women, he chose to have an affair and subsequently get into a relationship with an older woman who was married and has a child. Oh, this gets a bit deeper. Not only that, but she also has an OnlyFans, which Jake has always hated on women for having. He is such a hypocrite. Doesn't he hate... Yeah, he hates children, like, with a passion, but he cheated on his partner with someone who was married, who has a child, and an OnlyFans. God, the hypocrisy writes itself. Make it make sense. Literally broke up a family to live his weird trad wife fantasies. Also brings up his ex at any given opportunity because he can't move on and needs to grasp at anything to stay relevant. Sounds like he's not over her. He now blames his ex for having missed out on years he could have been starting a family with... What? It's not her. Huh? Despite being well aware of her stance on not wanting children. Blames anybody and everybody but himself. Like, how can you be heavily anti-children and then blame your ex, who is also anti-children, for not wanting children? He now rocks around with an English flag on his patchwork jacket because he's gone full right-wing flag effer, even though he's literally in Ireland. Hubby's... Okay. People are miffed. He has a ridiculous meta-parasocial fanbase who are weirdly in love with him despite knowing he's dating scat. Lady Allure is possibly the worst one, as she's straight up delusional and has recently started claiming she knows Jake better than he knows himself, despite never having met him, and lives a continent away from her. Jake fully takes advantage of these clearly mentally ill women and uses them as pay pigs because he's gross and can't get a real job despite his dwindling views and non-existent music career. He's also just incredibly unreliable. He started music, YouTube, VTube, mystery courses he said would make him rich and hasn't seen a single one through because he's useless. I find it crazy that he shames women's bodies and constantly calls his ex fat and overweight. Grim little man with, I don't want to say that, who can't keep any muscle mass to save his life. Also, he's unbelievably insecure about his height and muscle mass and pee-pee size, which is hilarious because his fans keep saying it's small and it triggers him so bad. Okay. There's some things in there that I'm not going to say because I don't want to... There are some things like we don't threaten people, we're better than him. It is funny when the call comes from inside the house when he shames women's bodies because he's ashamed of his own body. Oh, and I did screenshot his disgusting channel, which says that he is an alt-right... Let me just get the right wording here. Alt-right nationalist goth fighting the woke matriarchy in alternative subcultures. Get out of our subculture, you are not welcome here, you are a poser, you are not a goth. God, you have even less subscribers when I last checked. Oh, let's see if we can get those numbers down. If you are subscribed to him, even if you think you're not, just double check and unsubscribe. Subscribe to me instead, I'll take his subscribers. I'll joke about being a poser, but at least I listen to goth music, and if you make goth music, I'll listen to your goth music and support you. And I support women of all body types. Right-wing and alternative subcultures being in the same sentence is whiplash, isn't it? When I put this on screen, I'm going to blur out all of his links because I don't want anything promoting him. You probably already know, but I don't want him on my channel. Sorry if this loser has been beat to death at this topic, but I got this latest post in my feed. In spite of having a lot of anti-fascist and pro-trans videos in my feed as an ally, thank you, love you, I'm not a goth myself, but I hate the fact that this one time I get a co-opting goth aesthetic who apparently doesn't even listen to goth music, then I get scum of the scum on a Latzy a-hole. In the 1.5 minutes I could stand to listen to this pinned video, he's whining that everyone else in the goth subculture disagrees with his bigotry. Yes, because that's what it's about, Jake. Goths don't have your mindset because you're not a goth, you're a piece of shit. Then he goes straight into transphobia and then says goth is not political. It is. The whole goth movement was made political because we're anti-government and we're anti-fascist. We don't be doing this shit. Unironically, his own description counters that alt-right nationalist goth, blah blah blah. That's a lot of making goth political for someone who says it's not. Yeah, he contradicts himself a lot. I want to know when, was he always like this? Was his disguise slipping over time? Or did he just wake up one day and go, hate. As someone else put it, they're not goth, they're just a loser who dress in black. Couldn't have said it better myself. He's a known spousal abuser after doing a bit of research on him. Goths are baddies, but are against anti-white nationalist baddies. Besides, anti-fascism has been a whole core part of goth subculture since its inception. So this guy is basically co-opting goth aesthetics for white supremacy, is what I'm gathering. I already know why everyone despises this fool, but I'll pose this question anyway. Yeah, everyone's saying similar things, that he abuses his ex, he mimics the subculture despite not actually being a goth and being a poser, he is basically a Nazi, he's just a cheater, an abuser, for some reason, even though he's British, or English let's say, because he was born in England, yet he's currently living in Ireland, he is MAGA, and it's you don't live in America, you're not American, it's got nothing to do with you. Why are you sucking off Trump's asshole? Is it that loose you can suck it from Ireland? I've also heard claims of stalking. I wouldn't be surprised. Have you seen him? Have you seen the way he looks? He looks like he would stalk someone. He looks like he's got a sticker tattooed on him. He looks like he would have hit me in school. He also ditched the goth look for a while, post-breakup. On about how goth music sucks. Also, an additional worrying thing is that he's pretty vocal about hating kids, while his current partner has a small child. He likes Trivium, which is a leftist metal band fronted by an immigrant. Hypocrite. He doesn't seem to be very knowledgeable in any subcultures. I've heard him say a couple factual things about certain 90s dark alternative figures, but other than that, he just seems like a grifter. He correctly pointed out that Marilyn Manson was a massive influence in dark music, and then he went straight into lying about Charlie Kirk and praising him as a hero. He's an ignorant bag of dicks who calls himself goth even though he admits to not liking the music. He's a known abuser and a general shitty person. Give him no notice, he has zero relevancy to goth. He's a self-proclaimed mole goth. Yikes. These comments are just saying the facts. He's just a loser who's using our aesthetics to gain subscribers, and now that that's no longer working because it's been proven that he's an abuser and a cheater and a liar, he's now clinging on to his true beliefs as a right-winged, homophobic, transphobic, misogynistic, abusive piece of shit who wants to worship Trump even though Trump probably would not merge with him. Trump would probably look at him and go, oh, that guy. Like, Trump would not like you, Jake Munro. I do not like Trump. I think Trump can, disappear. But he would not like you, Jake Munro. Nobody would. Sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, everyone. It's Twitter feed time. Let's take a minute to cool down. Get yourself a drink. I'm gonna take a sip, because talking whilst ill. Take a drink. Take a drink. Something that would kill Jake Munro on the spot. The progressive flag. Something so colourful and beautiful that brings people together would destroy him. God, even less followers on Twitter. The stinkiest of stink holes, and he's got even less followers. God, a bitch has fallen off. Oh, of course he's got a Discord. He's got the same bio on his Twitter as he did on his YouTube, except he's got MGGA, which is like similar to MAGA, but it's Make Goth Great Again. Goth was great without you, bitch. If you want to make it great again, get out of the subculture and then it'll be fantastic. His whole shtick of making it great again is getting rid of all of the ideologies that we have, which is what goth was built on. Then it would just be him left. Just make your own subculture called twat, where it's just you posing as a goth, having your negative opinions, and it's just you, because no one has these opinions, and cosplays as a goth at the same time. I screenshotted this because I thought it was interesting, right? Here's something that we don't like as goths, or as people with working brain stems, made with AI. You what? You mean you don't have any creativity? Something goths strive on? Creativity? You don't have any of that? You couldn't hire an editor? You couldn't do it yourself? You've been doing YouTube for how long now and you couldn't make your own thumbnail? You had to make it with AI? Made with AI? Are you that ashamed of how you look that you had to make yourself look better with AI? What? Made with AI? How many oceans did you soak up with that? Was it worth it? I hope the data center absorbs all of your water and no one else's. Jake. What kind of a name is Jake? Are you a cop? Only cops are called Jake. Yeah, he's making money on the, he's profiting off the unfortunate Berlin gay pride attack. He's just profiting off it. I hope you've got your drinks ready. And I hope it's a little vodka-infused tea, because you are going to need it. The stuff he reposts is truly infuriating. He reposted, no matter what today's verdict is, on July 23rd, no white guilt. What does that mean? No white guilt? No white guilt? Is that because white cops are using police brutality against people of colour? God, he does not look good, does he? Sorry, I just got a picture of him. Oh my god, what's happened? He looks AI generated. Underneath that no white guilt post, he tweets, "They will never forgive you for being white, so don't waste your time." I just want to make this clear right now. like, because I know clips can be taken out of context and stuff. I know I'm not that famous yet. I despise racism. The end. And I know, like, that shouldn't be a shocker, but in today's society, especially in the UK, that is an unpopular opinion for some reason. I think immigration is great. I think it's fantastic that people can cross the borders into a country that they deem safe and start a new life, free from the confines of their government and free from war and free from hate, and start a new, better life here. If they think that my country is safer than their own, thank you. I'm honoured. You are welcome here. Diversity in skin colour is a beautiful thing. I don't think racism should be here in the Lord and Saviour year 2026. Why is it here? Racism is stinky, okay? If you're racist, get out of my channel. Go away. And the fact that that is now an unpopular opinion, that racism bad, what has this world come to? Racism bad, get out of here. You know, I wore a Free Palestine t-shirt once and I got attempted to be ran over. Someone tried to hit me with their car and then they honked at me like it was my fault. Bitch, I hope if you do hit me, my blood stains your car forever. He's one of these people, by the way, Jake Munro, going back to the topic at hand. He's one of those people who like to search for the problem, and then when he finds the problem he searched for, which is, you know, very, very isolated, he would repost and retweet these very isolated moments as though they're huge and as though they're common, despite the fact that I could turn it around and find the opposite of this tenfold. He reposted, "This is Jamie Carney. She was a pro-Palestine activist who was dating a Muslim refugee because she hated her own race." I'm pretty sure that's not what happened there. I'm pretty sure she just fell in love with someone. "He beat her to death and ran away. This is a perfect analogy of the pro-Palestine movement." First of all, it's not. Be pro-Palestine, don't be afraid to support Palestine, free Palestine all the way. This is just one isolated event that unfortunately happened, if it happened, okay? If this is true. I don't really take this for, like, face value because it's Twitter. You can turn this around. How many men of any colour have beaten their wife? The World Cup was not too long ago. Domestic abuse rates rise, like, over 30 to 40% if the team loses. And I know it also rises if the team wins anyway, so domestic abuse rises in general during the World Cup. And I know it differs per country, but that's in the UK. So how many innocent women do you think have been beaten to death by men, regardless of their race or their ethnicity of their country of origin? How many poor innocent women do you think have lost their lives to being beaten to death by men? If you isolate it, it looks bad for a certain demographic. But if you look at the whole picture, it's not a certain demographic, it's just men. And yeah, just to be that person who advocates for everyone, you can see that some women have beaten their husbands as well, some women have beaten women, some men have beaten men. But you can take a look at the whole thing and see that it's not just one specific race, it's not one specific gender, it's a big problem in the world, okay? See, right. I'm going to give you some context for these next few tweets. The UK is not a good place right now. The government and it's not most of the UK, it's just a very, very loud minority, are very racist. The end. They say it's to protect the children. Bitch, from what? Pedophiles can walk free. If the legal age was lowered in the UK, all these protect the children men would go straight for the youngest age possible. But they say that bombing asylum hotels, when they did that, it was actually a nurse hotel where all the nurses were sleeping because they can't afford proper housing, killing children in the process. So, you know, what children are you trying to protect? They say that is to protect their own children. They say it's about the housing crisis, when in reality there's just not enough houses because the government can profit off of empty properties, just collecting tax. If you do a bit of research, you can find out that it's all to profit the government and it's nothing about immigration. It's just easier for the government if they blame immigrants. And falling for this blame is racism. You're just using immigrants to hide your racism. It's not immigrants' fault. They're fleeing conflict. And also, they can't steal your jobs. They need a working permit to be able to, you need permission to work in the UK. So they have to get the permission to work to steal your job. the job that you're unfit for. Like, I've seen a lot of, like, people complain about doctors, like, oh, they've stolen my job that I could have had as a doctor. Bitch, where are your degrees? You've got 2 GCSEs split between your entire family. What do you mean, your job? You were never going to get that nursing position, Steve. Go get it. There's so many job openings right now. Go get it. If you're complaining about immigrants stealing your jobs, go get it. Go get the job. It's over there. Go grab it. Oh, what do you mean you need experience and you didn't get any experience because you were too busy bitching online? What do you mean you need more than 1 GCSE? What do you mean your hygiene's too poor? I digress. This is what he reposts himself just ranting like a Joe Rogan podcast. He's just there with his shitty little mic that he probably got secondhand. Nothing wrong with secondhand, but he's just sat there like, yeah, so they hate us white people. Those white people hate us white people. Bitch, they don't. Stop being a pick-me twat. This is what he put. The British police despise the British. It's us against the police. Have you seen the police brutality? Have you seen the police brutality? The police don't hate us, okay? The police are made up of bullies. There is no background check. There is no background check to become an officer. Most police officers try to protect their own, which is, wife beaters, pedophiles, abusers, rapists. They all try to protect their own. There are some good cops. I've met, one good cop. I know, not very many, but I've met one good cop who helped me out a lot. And I'm very grateful for him. PC White, if he ever sees this video, thanks, love you. He was very helpful and he helped me, and he was not, prying or anything. He was actually really, really nice. But then again, there's other cops because they don't get background checked and all that. Some of them just use too much brutality. Some of them use too much aggression. Some of them will just plant drugs on people of colour just to arrest them for no reason. Most of them are racist, most of them are homophobic, transphobic, whatever. You'd think this guy would worship the police at this point. The police are just selfish and want to get paid. They don't care about, we hate the British. No, they hate any minority. He put, leftist women are tyrants, and then he goes on a ramble about how he dated a leftist, and I'm assuming that's referring to Toxic Tears or Kaya. He really does like to be like, oh, well, I dated this person in the past, so I know what I'm speaking about. I'm sorry that women won't date you anymore, but you kind of dug yourself that hole, bitch. Spewing out toxic hate all the time is gonna make you look hateful, and you, hate ages the face, okay? What do you look like underneath all that makeup? Maybe there's a reason women don't like you. Maybe there's a reason women don't date you, okay? Have you ever thought of that? When was the last time you showered? When was the last time you actually asked a woman how her day was? When was the last time you held a door open for someone? There was an incident in the UK where a young boy got killed, and it stirred up more racist hate in the UK. And the Prime Minister at the time, who's no longer the Prime Minister now, tweeted, it's weird that governments have Twitter, absolutely appalling, no one should face violence on our streets. The suspect appears to be motivated by anti-Muslim hatred, okay? Underline that. Motivated by anti-Muslim hatred. Okay, so it was racism in the end. And he, Jake Munro, quote tweeted it with, took this CUNT 7 months to say anything about Henry Nowak. Immediately infuriated by a Scottish patriot scratching some Muslims. I know it's bad when kids get hurt, but stop turning it into a political and a racial thing. God damn it. What the answer should be is, let's stop killing people, or take the violence off the streets. Oh, and if you weren't sure about if he's a shitty person or not, he goes, I want to thank @AsmoGold for his dedication to reading the entirety of the R-Word Gang inquiry to a huge global audience. For too long, the UK has suffered in isolation, allowing these horrors to continue without outrage. The British public are paralysed in fear of prosecution or jail time if they express their anger at these injustices. In fact, many already have. However, with America on our side now, seeing what is happening to our brothers and sisters across the pond, I know that an international pressure can be applied to our corrupt leaders. Things need to change drastically, and they need to change soon. For once, I feel that change is coming soon. I'm just gonna quickly go over it. because I'm actually not too sure, clued up what this is. Did he spell it wrong? Oh my god, he spelled it wrong. I'm just gonna quickly gloss over this. A survivor-led inquiry chaired by Rupert Lowe MP has placed a full scale of organised child sexual exploitation in Britain on the public record. Let's say not just findings. So is this helping victims? Estimate victims? Will it help victims? Okay, so they've like put out every single case. Okay. So what does it mean? It doesn't tell me what it means, actually. It just says, oh, here's every single one of the sexual violence acts that's happened in the UK. It's like, okay, so what's happened? What are you going to do? What does it mean? What's the law? Are all, like, rapists going to, you know, are they going to get castrated? Are they going to be experimented on instead of lab rats? I just wanted to read it out because he tweeted Asmongold, and it's like, mate, I know you're a shit person, but why are you tweeting another shit person? Like, this is not looking good for you. Asmongold, really? Trump's toe sucker? This guy's straight, by the way. This guy's straight. He can't say this word. And the fact that he said this word, I want to take a flip-flop and slap him around the face. My dude, you can't say these words, okay? And I know he says the hard R against black people. I know he does. I'm just looking at his slappable face and I want to slap that cheap makeup powder off his face. I'm not repeating what he said. I'm going to put it on screen for a couple seconds. You can pause, but I need everybody who watches this video to mass report his Twitter, okay? If we all keep reporting his Twitter, his Instagram, his YouTube, maybe one day he'll get taken down and he'll have to start his whole tirade again from zero, or he might not be allowed up at all, okay? Just keep reporting this loser. Never forget that white boy summer started in Northern Ireland. Oh yeah, who cares? He keeps posting stuff about, like, white guys. He keeps reposting stuff to be like, yeah, I'm white, and it's like always white men. It's like, dude, just stop being so pick me. 10th of June, yeah, there's a lot of protests that are going on. To those condemning the protests, you're an abuser. Coming from an abuser himself, an abuser should know what abuse is. Let's see what he screenshotted from the AI overview, shall we? Reactive abuse happens when people being abused by their partners defend themselves. Being abused by their partners, so, you know, he should know all about this as someone who abused his partner. Typically happens after the victim has been pushed to the limit by an abusive partner. It could happen after years of emotional abuse or gaslighting. So how does that go to condemning the protest? You're an abuser. What? Wait, no, hold up. He's saying that if you're condemning a racist protest, which is all like the flag shagger protests in the UK where they're saying to deport innocent people who are fleeing war, he's saying that we're being abusive when we are saying, hey, don't do this is racist, let's, you know, protect people. This country fought for freedom. You know, freedom includes people of colour, immigrants. That's what the freedom includes. And he's like, no, that's abusive. Mate, you're abusive. You hit you and like beat up and cheated on your fucking ex. See, I want to see more of this. I hope my video can make this happen. Jake Munro, our team has reviewed your content and unfortunately we think it violates our hate speech policy. We've removed the following content from your YouTube and stopped your test. And then he goes, oh, here we effing go. Just because I said I think, and then he says, black people, but he doesn't add the people, should have been deported after white people freed them. He says, oh, just because I said, and then the most racist thing ever. Just because I said this. Oh my god, this isn't real. This cannot be real. And like, you'd think that this is all over time. No, bitch, this is still from June. This is still from June. Does my guy have a hobby? And then underneath that he's tweeting about like DEI police. Like, mate, do something with your life. Grow a flower. Do anything. Do something productive. He retweets some absolutely disgusting AI-generated slop, you know, soaked up another ocean so people have no access to clean drinking water. We must secure the existence of our people and the future for white children. Preserve and protect what is rightfully yours, white man. And then it's this disgusting AI-generated slop of an anime girl. You know that's Japanese, right? Asian. Are you stupid? He's like, oh, protect it, white man. I was retweeting a Japanese anime girl. Has all that powder gone to your brain? Have you got clown lung? Baby girl, honk your nuts 3 times if you need help. He's like, oh, preserve it for the white man. Because, you know, he's a white supremacist. But he's tweeting about what the future should look like, and it's an anime girl, which is Japanese. I know I've said that like 5 times, but I'm wrapping my head around it. And again, from June. And again, it's AI generated. Like, mate, the earth is dying. Why are you speeding up the process? Stop it. The clown lung is real. I never thought, like, someone who claims to be goth, when realistically they're not, they're just using it for the looks only, would be this hateful. How do you have the time to be this hateful? How do you have the time to be this hateful on the internet as a full-time... Like, it's his job to be this. I don't think he's getting paid for any of this. How do you have the time to be full-time hateful and pretend to be a goth and abuse your family at the same time? Was an abuser, once a cheater, always an abuser, always a cheater. He's 100% abusing his kid, because there's no way he's changed overnight. And he's definitely cheating on his new partner. People don't change overnight. How do you have the time? Are you just not washing your makeup and keeping it on the same day? Like the next day? Is that how you're cutting down time? Because it looks cakey AF, bitch. Your makeup looks like a second skin at this point. I did, like, stop there at the AI slop because I don't want to enrage myself anymore. As soon as I started, like, getting angry, I was like, okay, time out. I don't want to see any more of this man. This man-child. He's definitely gooned to anime before. Do you reckon he has to use, like, what's it called? You know, the spyglass. Do you think he has to use a spyglass to masturbate? Now, I'm just reading him now because he deserves it. It's one thing to use AI and be a bit, like, gross online, but to be this hateful against people, what have these people done to him? Nothing. A lot of the people he hates on are the people who helped get him where he is today. The reason he has a platform is because of the people he's degrading, and he has the nerve to treat them like this. People like him are the reason it's not safe in the world. And he's the person we should be scared of. He's the type of person that makes women choose the bear. He's the type of person that would see a barely legal teenager and go, yep, come to me. He is the person that your parents warn you about. And he's making all of us look bad by using our image as, like, a costume. And then he has the nerve to say that, oh, this is bad, that's bad, and anything that isn't me is bad. Bitch, you are bad. Stop trying to use this disguise and project to hide yourself, even though you are a bad person. You're an abuser, you're a liar, you're a cheater, you're phobic in every single way, you're racist, you're a white supremacist, and you're a Nazi. And that's not a good thing to be. Nazi should have been wiped out. It's not a flex to be a Nazi. It's actually a massive insult. I just know his parents are so ashamed of him. His parents like cringe whenever they get the notification that he's tweeted. Or whenever they text, they throw their phone away to be like, oh no, we still have a son? Oh god. His parents are terrified of his existence, I just know that. And I know that's a mean thing to say, but he said worse. Condemning the existence and wishing the end of an existence of many, many people is worse than what I could say. And I know I could say much worse about him, but this is my YouTube channel. And my YouTube channel is a safe space for anyone and everyone unless you are hateful, in which case, there's the door. I will give you a door so you can leave. It will be that Monsters Inc. door so you can leave and end up with the Yeti and he'll eat you. I just don't understand how you can be this hateful in this year. It's lame. It's just so boring and uncool to be racist, to be misogynistic, to be phobic in any way. Like, girl, that was so, like, 70s. Get with the times. You are pathetic. You have to AI generate yourself. How insecure do you have to be? I almost feel bad for you. Almost, because that would require effort and require me to have any, like, sympathy for you, and I don't want to waste any time on you. I do want anyone who sees this video to like, report his content and try to get it taken down, because I don't want anyone who's vulnerable to accidentally stumble across this, and I don't want anyone who's impressionable to stumble upon this and be influenced into this thinking it's normal. This is not normal. This is what years of makeup powder being inhaled does to the brain. When you're doing your makeup, make sure you don't inhale too much powder because this might happen. Now, this is just a hateful rhetoric. When you're young and impressionable, make sure you talk to your friends, like trusted friends, trusted family as well. And if something feels wrong, do your research, okay? These are the viewpoints of someone born in the 20s, okay? These are viewpoints that should have died years ago. This is not normal. Talk to someone if the viewpoints that someone's spewing out feels wrong. Get more than one opinion. Get more than a second opinion. If it takes so much effort out of your life to be hateful, why? Why put in that effort? Just don't put in any effort and be good. It takes no effort to be good. It takes no effort to be tolerable. This guy has just absolutely annoyed me with his hateful rhetoric, and I don't want him to ruin anyone else's day. I also think it's disgusting that he calls himself Goth Daddy. Girl, you have to be hot to be a daddy, and the only thing hot on you is the makeup that's sweating off your forehead. Girl, get a fan. Get some setting powder. I can see the forehead wrinkles through the makeup. That powder's hiding nothing. The concealer's hiding nothing. The powder's hiding nothing. It's highlighting the creases. You are getting on a bit, darling. The hate is showing on the face. Get a fan and cool off. Spending money on a new setup when realistically you should be spending money on a better makeup and therapy. This video is not sponsored by anything. I don't have a therapy I could shout out. Get therapy, or else you'll end up like this loser. Thanks for sticking with me. Let's hopefully report this guy, because, girl, this is like less than 1% of what he's got out there. He is an abuser, he's a cheater, he's a manipulator, he's a poser, he is a white supremacist, he is a Nazi. There's so much more to this. This is just like the overview. The overview, the angel overview of this whole thing. You could do your own digging if you want. I just don't recommend it because you might end up throwing your phone at a TV. Do report his accounts because the sooner it gets taken down, the sooner no one has to see it. Andrew Tate's already been arrested. Let's get this guy at least in social media prison so he can't post anymore. Make him get a real job. That's that's the worst punishment of all time. Make him get a job. Report this guy, stay safe, get therapy if you need it, and do not trust negative opinions, and discuss your thoughts with friends and family that you trust to see if it's really a good, healthy opinion to have. I'll see you in the next video, and hopefully we'll look into someone who's not a creep towards their ex. And I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.